So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our 7mm wrench. We're going to take off these 3 bolts. There's one here, there's one here, and there's one here on the cover. So we're going to take off these 3 bolts. We're going to just kind of, this little ridge in there. Then we're going to undo this bolt here. Now this is 30mm or 1 3/16. Either will work. And in order to get this off, you're going to want a breaker bar like this, something along those lines. In order to get this off, I had my son sitting on the bike, and he had his right foot on the rear brake, and he held the front brake too. He had his feet planted, his left foot planted, his right foot on the brake. And while he was doing this, I undid the bolt. So we can go ahead now that it's loosened. If I can take that off, and you see that the inside of it has a little indent. The outside is flat. So that's the outside. This is the inside. And then there's a lock washer here. Take the lock washer off. Here's how tight, how loose my chain is right now. It's just barely coming up to this top. Okay, we have a 19. On the rear wheel. Once you hand tighten this nut here, go back and tighten up the rear axle bolt, and then we'll come back and tighten up this sprocket bolt. And then we're going to put the cover back on, and we'll be all set. Now don't forget, when you're doing the final tightening of the sprocket bolt, you're going to want to have a helper, if you're going to use that method, have a helper on the bike with their right foot on the brake, and they're going to have their, the front brake. Might as well hit that too. Get one foot planted and hold the bike in place while you're torquing this down. It needs to be torqued down to 80 foot-pounds of torque when you go to finally tighten it up. And then, like I said, put that cover back on, and you're all set.